This is James Elder for iField TV in association with Mackey's Gym Marbella. We're at the Hennessy Sports Card on Channel 5, joined by Andrew Selby, Lee Selby, Chris Sanigar, Mr. Selby Snr. How are you, alright?
Not too bad, thank you very much.
Good, good. How would you assess tonight's performance, Andrew?
Yeah, the game plan was right. Chris said just stick out there, stick and move, box him, don't try and take him out, he's a real tough guy. And that's what I'd done. Hitting him, made him miss, counter-punched him.
Third fight to fight someone with such a vast experience over you. How did you feel you coped with that in here tonight?
Yeah, I think it was a good performance. He was really heavy-handed, so I had to be wary of his right hand coming over the top. So I've studied him before, and it all went to plan.
Lee, did you get nervous at all watching your brother fight?
Yeah, we've got the trainer here as well, mine, Tony Borg.
Alright, Tony, mate, how are you?
Alright, Tony in it.
I get extremely nervous, yes.
I bet.
More nervous with him than when I'm fighting myself.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it sort of weird watching your brother fight, sitting as a spectator sort of thing?
Yeah. It's the same, like even when we're away sparring out in America, he's sparring real good fighters who are a lot heavier. I get nervous with him then too.
Yeah. Tony Borg, how would you assess his performance tonight, sir?
Well, in spells, it was poetry what he was doing there. You know, most of the boxers along there can't do the moves and the combinations together. He's putting together. You know, he's a quality fighter.
What do you make of people thinking and saying he can probably be a world champion within 10 fights? Do you think that's a realistic target?
Well, it is a realistic target, but that's down to his manager. He'll move along slowly. He'll be doing the work in the gym, and putting performances like that, he's going to go all the way.
Over to you, Chris, as his manager. How fast do you think you can move him to get into that sort of world level?
Well, his progress had to be determined by fight, and how he performs will be how we can match him. You know, the better he performs, the better opponents we can put him in with. At the moment, he's doing fantastic. You know, there's so much variation, and he's so entertaining and exciting.
You've got one Selby world champion. Potentially, you could have another one. Do you think the Selby brothers could dominate boxing in the future?
Well, let's just talk about the British title first. We'll go British, European, and then world. So, you know, he's got some tough fights ahead of him. So we're just looking forward to the British straight away.
Flyweight division is such a sort of active division. It seems to come alive over the last 12 to 18 months. Do you think we can see him sort of fighting some of these domestic names in the flyweight division?
Yes, for sure. You know, and there'd be great 12-round fights for him.
Who do you think's the best in the flyweight division in the UK at the moment, not including yourself?
Gotta be Charlie Edwards, I think.
Did you watch Edwards vs Norman?
Champion. Yeah, it was a good tough fight for him, it was. Like the first 6 rounds was close, then he won in and on because he was on the back foot and just a bit too fast for him.
Would you sort of relish the chance to fight Charlie Edwards, or do you think it's too early for that fight at this stage?
Well, you could either build it up or it's up to Chris.
What do you think, Chris?
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
He's ready for it already. Maybe potentially on the undercard of Selby v Warrington in Leeds, it could be a good fight for that to be involved in potentially if that fight happens.
You know, it may be a London fight or even a fight down in Cardiff. You know, with Leeds being so far north, we shouldn't think it'd go on there.
We're waiting on news, obviously, for Leeds' mandatory situation, as we spoke about, December the 30th. Are there any preference on opponents and sort of who you would rather see in the mix with, other than the mandatory slots?
No, you know, we just want to get the mandatory out of the way. You know, hoping it's Eric Hunter because of USA connection. And again, it's just for Lee Selby to continue improving until he takes on the big guns.
What's Al Heyman like to deal with? Do you deal with Al Heyman directly?
Mostly we deal with Mark Watson, and Heyman just sends out the messages.
Can you confirm he's actually a real person? He's not like mythological?
Oh, he's definitely a real person, and Lee saw him when we were in the USA.
What did he say to you, Lee? Anything interesting?
I think he didn't recognise me. I seen him coming up with the list, the lift in the fight hotel.
I think you've done well to recognise him. Many people don't even know what he looks like.
Not many people see him.
No, you don't see him at all, do you? Do you think that's good for a promoter to sort of be in the background, out of the way of everything and that?
Well, it's different to most promoters. Most promoters want to get their face seen on the TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he keeps himself out of the eye. So it's more about the boxer.
Yeah.
That's weird. What it should be.
It's weird as well. Like only one boxer walks out on their own. The PBC system. There's no one in the ring other than the boxer and say one trainer. Do you like that? Do you like that sort of style?
I don't mind it. At the end of the day, when we're in the ring, we're in the ring, we're fighting.
Yeah. As long as you've got Big L on or DMX,
As
you're
long
both
as Big L
happy, ain't you?
walking
That's
through,
all you need.
Got a new song
That's all
now.
you need.
Temptation Superstar. No, Chris?
Yeah, superstar.
That's great. When are we going to next see you out in action then, Andrew? I suppose it's more of a question
Tomorrow.
for Chris.
No, whenever.
Yeah, as soon as we can. You know, naturally the Christmas nulls is it with
Yes.
the boxing for the calendar.
Yes.
But you know, we'll have them out again soon. You know, we have a show February the 6th. Craig Kennedy's boxing, Tony Conquest final
fight,
eliminator.
that is.
You know, it is a great fight, and it is one that maybe Andrew can be on.
All right, well, I have no doubts he will be on that. The way you guys are going, you'll have him out a lot. So, last word to Mr. Selby before we go. How proud are you of your two boys?
I'm very proud, very proud. I'd be very disappointed if they didn't achieve what I knew they'd achieve. And with a nickname like Superstar, you got to live up to it.
What do you think of their musical choices?
I thought it was A1.
It weren't A1, it was DMX.
Okay,
He did get it on. I'm only playing with Mr. Selby.
bit of a joke.
No problem. Listen, thanks for giving me so many time today, lads. I appreciate it. And
All
I'll see
right.
you again real soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.